I took a few days off from my last Deadman mode video to create the most powerful PKING build for the second bracket of the Deadman mode Apocalypse tournament. 2 years ago, I built this same account and absolutely demolished the low level scene back in 2021. Back then, some of the sigils weren't as powerful as they are now, and so I really wanted to put this build to the test. With the quest completions and new implementations to this version of Deadman mode, all I had to really do was a couple of short mini quests and desert treasure in order to make this dream account into a reality. Now, before we jump into the video, I just want to take a quick minute to let you guys know we are going to be doing a Dragonclaw giveaway on this video. So if you do enjoy, just make sure to leave a like, comment down below with your in-game name, and of course, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. Also, guys, make sure to join my Discord server if you do like giveaways. We do a bunch of them in there. So make sure to check out the description, and now let's just get right into it. Alright, what do we have here? This guy just made his own multi-team so that when the breaches spawn every 8 hours, he can just go and solo it all by himself. Yeah, man, I really don't think that's going to work. In order to properly build this account, I want to have all the best upgrades for my combat level, which means completely maxed out at 70 combat with all the best upgrades and the best sigils, no matter the price or the requirement. In order to do that, I'm going to need a Mage Arena 2 cape, one of the best, actually the best mage cape in the game. And I'm going to have to do a very risky mini quest in order to do that since it's in 56 Wilderness. Escaping in every situation is all about knowing the positioning and using the obstacles around you to your advantage, something that even a noob can do as long as they practice and learn the dynamics of the game. Alright, we just finished up the last 2 bosses, and now we can go turn these in and grab ourselves our Mage Arena 2 cape. Okay, where did this guy even come from, and why are you sculling up here with blue dragon hide? Like, I had no food. We have to go and do both of them all over again. 1 additional hour later, and we got ourselves our Mage Arena 2 cape. Thank God. About 7 hours of stun alching and a case of carpal tunnel later, we finally got 94 mage, and now we can cast Ice Barrage. Range was pretty tricky. I can't use Chinchampas because it'll end up getting me some hit points experience that will level me out of this bracket, so I ended up setting up the cannon, loading up a ton of rock crabs, and letting the cannon go to town. We got 90 range. I could technically go for 94, but 90 will do for now. Perfect timing. Our account is ready to go. I finally got all of my PK gear, and we're about 5 minutes away from a breach. So let's see what happens. We're going to go test this account out, and there is absolutely nobody in this bracket that even has stats remotely close to mine at this point in the game. I'm only like 36 hours into Deadman mode. 36 Stadius Warhammer to the head, and you guys got to remember the majority of people in this combat bracket are not even 65 hit points, so hitting a 35 is more than half of their HP in just one shot. The main reason I wanted to hit this breach was because I wanted a tier 5 emblem. That is the only way to get an imbued ring, and I do have a Ring of Suffering, but right now I have no way of imbuing it unless I get these emblems. Ended up getting 2 or 3, and so that worked out perfectly, and now we also have the best ring in the game. I sold all my loot and upgraded my gear once again, and now we can test this account out in the open world. No matter what combat style these guys are protecting from, I can do more than 2/3 of their hit points with just one shot, whether I'm using the Morgan Jabs, Rampage stacked Ice Barrage, or even the Stadius Warhammer. There's literally no way to escape this account. Not really sure what this guy is doing out here. I mean, he can teleport, but for some reason he's not. I think he's just AFK, and I don't know why you would choose this spot to AFK. If you're going to go away from the computer, your best bet is to just log out. I mean, Deadman mode is open world PvP everywhere, and you're really sitting in a major hotspot right now. Good fight, dude. I was hopping worlds in the Edgeville dungeon, and I found this guy that was killing skeletons on the surface floor, so I decided to quickly teleport to Edgeville, and hopefully I can catch this guy if I get up there before he realizes what I'm doing. Well, DDS does the trick. Another breach spawned. This time it was above Catherby, so I decided to go and hunt some more Mystic people around here and see what we could find. Oh, we just got a corrupted Twistable off that guy. I don't even know if that's good. I don't really plan on PVMing that much on Deadman mode, but hey, if it's a Twisted Vote, it's gotta be worth something. Man, what the hell? That was kind of rude. First key was actually pretty good. We got nearly 1 mil cash and a bunch of supplies. The second key, I mean, I don't know what to say, bro. Gotta get your money up. No shot, this guy was actually trying to anti-PK. He had a pair of Dragon Claws on him, and not gonna lie, I kind of respect the effort, but I'm gonna have to take those claws. One of my favorite spots to PK in Deadman mode is the Edgeville dungeon, and the best part about this place is when you find another PKer down here skulled. It's so far away from the bank, and most people do die if they end up getting caught at the wrong time in the Edgeville dungeon. A beautiful Morgan jab to the head, and we just took this guy out. He still actually had a bunch of food left, but my DPS is so high that these guys don't even get the chance to finish eating. We got another pair of claws, and that there was actually a pretty solid kill. The key was actually really good too. If you check that out, we got a nice 3 mil key packed with supply. Morgan Javelin Strike again. I've actually been waiting for some of these guys to camp the bank so that I can try some Dragon Dart tricks on them, but unfortunately all these guys do is run. And the key was about 700k, nothing too special, just some extra supplies and random junk. From time to time, you'll find these people who make Deadman mode accounts and their main objective is just sit at the bank and rag the entire tournament. I don't know why they do this. I guess they have a huge ego and they think that they can assert some sort of dominance over a certain bank, but I decided to break this guy's real quick. As someone who's played Deadman mode since its original inception 8 years ago, I gotta say there's nothing more satisfying than destroying a bank ragger who tells you that you're not allowed to touch the bank booth, or you have to hop worlds if you want to use that location. I mean, these guys just are on a different level of narcissism, and putting a Morgan Jav right through their eye socket really does the trick. Another very satisfying Morgan Jav kill, and that is probably one of the better kills we've gotten so far in this bracket. This guy actually had Dagenheim. Most people only have Mystic. Quick side note, if you guys do enjoy this content and you want to see this PKING live and interactive, I highly recommend you guys follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/abyss. The link will be down below in the description, but I would also highly recommend that you just go there right now and hit that follow button so you don't miss any live streams. I stream PKING on this account 5 to 10 hours a day, and I plan on using it a lot throughout Deadman mode. And now, before we end the video, I'm going to show you guys all my sigils and upgrades, and then we can probably just call it there for the day. All right, so here we go. This is the account. We do, like I showed in the video, have the Toxic Trident now, so I can venom my opponents. A lot of people don't even carry anti-venoms, especially in this bracket. The Mage's Book, obviously, Ring of Suffering, as you guys know. But the real thing that makes this account insane is the choice of sigils. My friend Maz helped me figure out the best ones to use. So the first one is the Sigil of the Ninja. It increases all weapons attack speed with a base above 4 will be reduced by 1. So basically, Morgan Jav, Statius Warhammer, and Ice Barrage are all the same speed as a whip. This sigil was about 90 mil in the GE Deadman mode, and at the swap rate, that's like anywhere between 600 and 800 mil, depending on who you're swapping from. So yeah, actually really expensive, and probably one of the only people in the game with it. Then I'm using the Sigil of the Porcupine, which basically does 4 damage anytime somebody attacks me for 45 seconds. So if they hit me at 10, it automatically hits them a 4 in return. And then on top of that, we also have the Trinket of Vengeance, which you guys can see here. So every 30 seconds is just a free Vengeance cast. Then on top of that, we also have the Ring of Suffering. So we're going to be doing a ton of recoil damage. So if we're just going to add those up, we have the Ring of Recoil, the Vengeance, and then the Porcupine as well. So even if I get hit at 10, they're basically going to be taking like 10 damage back, if not more. And then as my last sigil, we have Rampage, which is by alternating different combat styles, you stack and do extra damage. So that there's actually really good for a tribrid build, which is why this account is so strong in this bracket, because anyone who's mage range only can use 2 different combat styles. I'm utilizing 3, and Stadius Warhammer with all these different buffs, and of course 78 strength can hit well over 40. Morgan Jabs hit well over 40, as you guys have seen many times, and the barrage stacks also increase as well, plus all the defensive abilities of Porcupine and the Vengeance Trinket. On top of that, the Ring of Suffering. This account is pretty hard to combat.